Hello student. Today we start with the second lesson of the class 10, that is polynomial. So polynomial is a function of the form a0 a1x plus a2x square plus a3x cube plus up to an x to the power n. So we know about the polynomial. We have learned some things in class 9 about the polynomial. So I am writing here the definition of polynomial. So polynomial is a function p of x. Polynomial is a function p of x. Let us suppose denote this function as p of x of the form, that is p of x is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus a3x cube plus so on up to the an x to the power n. So it's called a polynomial. P of x is a polynomial. So what is a0, a1, a2, a3, an here? a0, a1, a2, a3 up to an are all the real numbers. Is a constant and all are real numbers. They are also called coefficient of polynomial. They are all constant and are real numbers and also called as coefficient of polynomial. And what is n here? So n is a non-negative integer. So n is and n is non-negative integer. So for suppose if we substitute some value of n, then we get the polynomial. Suppose for example p of x is equal to, I suppose substitute n is equal to 4. So we get a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus a3x cube plus a4x to the power 4. So if we put the value of n is equal to 4, then we get biquadratic polynomial. Because it is having degree 4, so it is a biquadratic polynomial. So we know about degree of polynomial, it is the highest power of the variable. So here x, x square, x cube, x to the power 4 are the variables, and a0, a1, a2, a3, a4 are the real numbers, and they are known as constant term or coefficient. Suppose we substitute n is equal to 3, then we get a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus a3x cube, that is cubic polynomial. So for example, I give some, this is the standard form, but for example x cube plus 3x square plus 2x plus 1, this is a cubic polynomial. Second we consider x square plus 2x plus 3, this is a quadratic polynomial because it is having degree 2. Third is let us suppose x plus 4, it is a linear polynomial because it is having degree 1, because x is having power 1, so x to the power 1 can be written as x. Fourth example we consider as 4x to the power 4 plus 3x cube plus x square plus 2. This is again biquadratic polynomial because it is having highest power 4, degree is 4 here. So this is a biquadratic polynomial. So it is not necessary that always the polynomial can be having variable x. Any other variables can be taken as just like y. So in terms of y we consider a polynomial y cube plus 3y square plus 2y plus 1. So this is again a cubic polynomial in variable y. So we can take any of the variable. So now terms of polynomial. What are the terms? So terms mean the number of suppose in the example 5, y cube plus 3y square plus 2y plus 1. These are these separately are known as the terms of polynomial. So in this cubic polynomial there are 4 terms, that is y cube, 3y square, 2y and 1. So here we can write down y cube, 3y square, 2y and 1 are the terms of the polynomial. What is they called as? They are the terms of the polynomial. So y cube, 3y square, 2y and 1 are the terms of the polynomial. Similarly, in this equation 3, x and 4, there are 2 terms. In second example, x square, 2x and 3, there are 3 terms like this. So they are called the terms of the polynomial. And we equate all these terms, or we form the polynomial by addition and subtraction. Now coefficient of the polynomial. So coefficient means the variable. Here y cube is y cube, 3y square suppose we take. So coefficient of y square is 3 here. So 3 is the constant term, it is a real number. 2y is having coefficient of y is equal to 2. In this 2y, coefficient of y is 2. So in this way, any of the variable having a constant value is known as the coefficient of variable. Yeah. So next we consider about the types of polynomial depending upon the number of terms. So we can differentiate polynomial upon depending upon the how many number of terms are there in the polynomial. So depending upon number of terms, types of polynomials can be categorized into 4 types. So first is monomial. So mono means 1. So polynomial having single term or one term is known as monomial. So one term, polynomial having one term is called monomial. Second is binomial. So polynomial having 2 term is called as binomial. So let us take example of binomial, that is 2x square plus 3. So in this polynomial 2 terms are there. Example of monomial is we consider 3x. So 3x is a monomial because it is having only one term. Any constant term is also is the monomial. Suppose constant is 3 here, so it is also monomial. Now the third is trinomial. Tri means 3. So trinomial means a polynomial having 3 terms. So any polynomial having 3 terms is known as trinomial. Suppose for example a polynomial having degree 3, having terms 3. So x square plus 2x plus 3 is the trinomial. So fourth is multinomial. So multinomial means a polynomial having more than 3 terms. So any polynomial having more than 3 terms are known as multinomial. So just like biquadratic polynomial is also a multinomial. So example here is x to the power 4 plus 4x cube plus 3x square plus 2. So this polynomial is having 4 terms, so it is multinomial. So these are the 4 types of polynomial depending upon the number of terms. Second, we can categorize polynomial depending upon degree. So types of polynomial based on the degree. So degree, we know about the degree of the polynomial. So any polynomial having highest power of variable is known as the degree. So first is linear polynomial. So linear polynomial means a polynomial having degree 1 is called linear polynomial. So a polynomial having degree 1 is a linear polynomial. Suppose for example 5x plus 6. So x is having degree 1 I already explained that x to the power 1 is equal to x. We can write x to the power 1 is equal to x. So 5x plus 6 is a linear polynomial. Second is quadratic polynomial. So in quadratic polynomial means polynomial having degree 2. A polynomial having degree 2 is a quadratic polynomial. So for example, suppose any polynomial we consider here, x square plus x plus 2. So x is having highest power 2 here, so degree of polynomial is 2, so it is a quadratic polynomial. So the standard form of the quadratic polynomial is, we write down here the standard form of the polynomial, that is ax square plus bx plus c. This is the standard form of the quadratic polynomial. Similarly, third is cubic polynomial. So cubic polynomial means polynomial having degree 3. So any polynomial having degree 3 is a cubic polynomial. For example, suppose we consider here cubic polynomial x cube plus 3x square plus 2x plus 1. So this is a cubic polynomial because highest power of variable is 3. So the standard form is ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. So this is the standard form of the cubic polynomial. So a, b, c, d are again real number and constant term. Next is biquadratic polynomial. So biquadratic means bi means 2 and quadra means 2 again. So 2 and 2 4. So biquadratic polynomial means having a polynomial having degree 4 is a biquadratic polynomial. So for example, let us take x to the power 4 plus x cube plus 5x square plus 6x plus 1. So this is a plus 2. So this is a biquadratic polynomial because highest power is 4 here, degree is 4 here. So it is a biquadratic polynomial. So ax to the power 4 plus bx cube plus cx square plus dx plus e. Again a, b, c, d, e are the real numbers here and they are also known as coefficient of the variable or constant term. So these are the types of polynomial based on the degree of a polynomial. So just we take revise on the types of polynomial. So first 4 types are depends upon the number of terms. So these are monomial having degree having only one term, binomial is having 2 terms, trinomial is having 3 terms, and a multinomial having 4 terms. And these are the types of polynomial based upon the so these are the types of polynomial depending upon number of terms. And the second is types of polynomial based on the degree. So first is linear polynomial, that is having degree 1, quadratic polynomial is having degree 2, cubic polynomial having degree 3, and biquadratic polynomial means having degree 4. So these are the types of polynomial based on the degree. So we look about zeros of polynomial. This concept we actually learn in class 9. So just a student, I am revising this concept, that is zeros of polynomial. So for the zeros of polynomial, suppose we consider one of the polynomial p of x is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. So this is a quadratic polynomial. This is a standard form, and for the sake we consider that suppose x is equal to k. Suppose x is equal to k here, and after substituting instead of x the value k, if we get the answer 0, then we can say that uh, x is equal to k or x minus k is the 0 of a polynomial. So what we have to do, we have to substitute instead of x is equal to k, and if we get the p of k is equal to 0, then we can say that x minus k or x is equal to k is the 0 of polynomial. So we write down here that x minus k is a 0 of polynomial if, for example, we consider, suppose we consider one of the polynomial, that is p of x is equal to x square minus 4x plus 4, and suppose we consider x is equal to 2, and we check whether x is equal to 2 is a 0 of the above polynomial or not. So instead of x, put 2, p of 2 is equal to 2 square minus 4 into x, x is 2 plus 4. So p of 2 is equal to 4 minus 8 plus 4. So 4 plus 4 is 8, 8 minus 8 is 0. So p of 2 is equal to 0, then we can say that x is equal to 2 or x minus 2 is the 0 of the polynomial. So we write down here, therefore x minus 2 or x is equal to 2 is a 0 of the polynomial p of x. This is about the zeros of a polynomial. So this is one of the polynomial, other one of the 0, other can be find out by another method. Just I am taking this for understanding. Now we look about geometrical representation of a polynomial. Geometrical representation of a linear polynomial or polynomial, zeros of a polynomial. So in this we first look about what is the geometric representation of a polynomial. So in geometric representation we again consider one of the polynomial, that is 3x plus 2. This is a linear polynomial, so we first consider for linear polynomial. Suppose 3x plus 2 is represented by y, so this is also one of the function and it is represented by variable y. So what we are doing here, we just substitute, consider different values of x, and for the corresponding x value we calculate y value. So that we have already did in class 9. So I just consider any of the values, and for the corresponding x values we calculate y values. So for x is equal to 1, suppose, so 3 into 1, 3 plus 2, we get y value as 5. So 1 comma 5 is the first point. Suppose for x is equal to 0, we get 3 into 0 is 0 plus 2, that is y value is 2. 0 comma 2 is another point. Suppose for x is equal to minus 1, we get 3 into minus 1 is minus 3 plus 2, again we get y value as minus 1. So minus 1 comma minus 1 is another point, and the last value is 2, suppose. So 3 into 6, 6 plus 2, 8. So y value is 8, 2 comma 8 is another point. So in this way we calculate for 4 points, and we plot these points on the graph on the x and y coordinates in a plane. So this is a y axis, this is x axis, this is origin, this is x axis. So we plot points. So for this we take 1 2 3 4 5 6, and on y axis 1 2 3 4 5, 6, 7. Yes, coordinate of y is 8. So we have to take here up to the 8. This is negative x-axis, -1, -2, -3, -4. This is negative y-axis, -1, -2, -3, -4 up to this. Now we plot the points. So first point is 1, 5. So we plot 1, 5, and second is 0, 2. So 1, 5 is 1, 5. This is the point 1, 5. Second is 0, 2. So it lies on y-axis because its x coordinate is 0. Third point is -1, -1, and fourth is 2, 8. So -1 lies in the third quadrant. This is the point -1, -1. And the fourth point is 2, 8. So it again lies in the first quadrant. So 2, 8. So this is the point 2, 8. Now we join these points, trying to join these points. So if I draw the line passing through all these points, so this line is a straight line. I am trying to join this. So this is a straight line. All these points lies on a straight line. So this is a geometrical representation of linear polynomial. If we observe it, then this line touches the intersect the x-axis at a single point. Look at this. This is a point where this line intersect on x-axis. So from this graph, we can say that if a polynomial represent a straight line, then it is a linear polynomial. So, and the second thing is that the if a line intersect the x-axis at a single point, then means it shows that it is having only 1, 0. So from this graph we can conclude 2 points, that it is a straight line, then it is a linear polynomial, and it intersects x-axis at a single point, so it is having only 1, 0. So given polynomial has 1, 0. Why it has 1, 0? Because this line intersect the x-axis at a single point. So this is the first thing that we can conclude from the, this is actually second thing. First thing, that since it is a straight line, the graph is a straight line, so given polynomial is linear polynomial. It is a linear polynomial. Look at this. Since these points, when we join, we get a straight line, so it is linear polynomial, and it intersect the x-axis at a single point, so given polynomial has 1, 0. So these two conclusions we can draw from the above graph, and this type of question will be asked in your exam. So students, let us see about geometric representation of quadratic zeros of quadratic polynomial. Geometric representation of quadratic polynomial. So let us take one of the quadratic polynomial. Suppose we take one of the quadratic polynomial. Consider it will be, consider a quadratic polynomial that is x square minus 4x plus 3. This is a quadratic polynomial because it is having degree 2. So let us denote it by some variable y, that is y is equal to x square minus 4x plus 3. So for this we just calculate, consider the x values, and for the corresponding x values we calculate y values, and after that we locate this point on the x and y axis. So all the things we had did in class 9, but for the purpose of understand the geometric representation, we have to calculate these values. So x, y, and let us first take x is equal to 1. Now in this equation we substitute 1. Y is equal to 1 square minus 4 into 1 plus 3. We get y is equal to 1 minus 4 minus 3 plus 3. Y is equal to 0. So for x is equal to 1, we have y is equal to 0. So after substituting values in this equation, that is y is equal to x square minus 4x plus 3, instead of x we just substitute 1, so we get y is equal to 0. So for x is equal to 1, we get y is equal to 0. So 1 comma 0 is our first point. So let it denote by A. These are the points we are considering. Now second, for x is equal to 2, suppose. So substitute x is equal to 2. So y is equal to 2 square 4. 2 square minus 4 into 2 plus 3. So y is equal to 2 square 4 minus 4 to the 8. 4 minus 8 is minus 4 plus 3, that is minus 1. So y is equal to minus 1. So x is equal to 2, then y is equal to minus 1. So 2 minus 1 is our another point. Let represent by B. Now consider third value. So put x is equal to 3. So y is equal to 3 square minus 4 into 3 plus 3. 3 square minus 4 into 3 plus 3. So 3 square is 9. 9 minus 12 is minus 3 plus 3, that is 0. So y is equal to 0. So for x is equal to 3, we get y is equal to 0. So 3 comma 0 is another point. Let represent by C. Now fourth value up to 4 is sufficient. So fourth value we consider that x is equal to 4. So y is equal to 4 square minus 4 into 4 plus 3. So y is equal to 16 minus 16, that is 0. 0 plus 3 is 3. So y is equal to 3. So x is equal to 4, we get y is equal to 3. 4 comma 3 is fourth point. Let it represent by D. So up to the 4 point it is sufficient. Now we plot these points on the x and y axis. So let us plot, student, these points. So this is x and y axis, it is origin, and we plot, we take point on x and y axis. So 1, this is positive x axis, 1 2 3 4 5. Now on positive y axis again 1 2 3 4 5. This is negative x axis, minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 minus 4 minus 5. This is negative y axis, so minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 minus 4 minus 5. Now we plot the points. So first point is 1 comma 0, and it is represented by A. So since 0 y coordinate is 0, so it lies on the x axis. This is the point A of 1 comma 0. Second point is 2 comma minus 1, so it lies in the fourth quadrant, B of 2 comma minus 1. Third point is 3 comma 0, so its y coordinate is 0, so it lies on x axis. So this is the point C, 3 comma 0. So here we take this point C of 3 comma 0. And the last point is D, that is 4 comma 3. So it lies in the first quadrant, 4 comma 3. This is the point D of 4 comma 3. Now we draw a curve passing through the point A, B, C and D. So we trying to draw the curve or the line. So it is like that. Just look at this. So this is a curve that is passing through all the 4 points A, B, C and D. So this curve is just like U shape, or it may be in upward direction or sometimes in downward direction. It is known as parabola. So it may be in upward or downward direction. So always remember, this is a curve that is known as parabola. So whenever we look about representation of zeros of a quadratic polynomial, we get parabola shape. So from this we can conclude that this graph represent quadratic polynomial. Whenever you have a parabola shape curve, then we can say that the graph represent quadratic polynomial. Just in the previous example we have straight line, so this represent is a linear polynomial. Just like that, in this graph we have parabola, so it represent quadratic polynomial. So the shape of quadratic polynomial is, the shape of the quadratic polynomial is known as parabola. And the second thing, we can conclude that, look about this graph. So this graph touches the x-axis, intersect the x-axis at 2 points, that is A and C here. So it intersect the x-axis at 2 points, so 2 distinct points are there. So we can say that it is having 2 zeros. So whenever a graph is given and from this graph we have to decide how many zeros are having this polynomial. So obviously graph intersect x-axis at 2 distinct points, so it is having 2 zero. So we can say that the second conclusion is, the graph intersects the x-axis at 2 distinct points, so it has 2 zeros and 2 zeros are distinct. If the parabola intersect the x-axis at a single point, then we can say that the graph, given polynomial is having zeros which is repeated, means 2 zeros is having the same value if the graph intersect the x-axis at single point. And if graph represent parabola, and although it is parabola, but if it touches the x-axis at only single point, then we can say that the points are repeated and it is having 2 zeros which have same values. So always remember this point. So this is all about the geometric representation of linear and quadratic polynomial. This curve is known as parabola. So I told you that this parabola curve may be open upward or downward. So when this parabola curve open upward and downward, it depends upon the value of A. So whenever, remember that it is a note. So whenever A is greater than 0, then parabola opens upward. A is greater than 0, then parabola opens upward. And second thing is that when A is less than 0, that is less than 0 means A is having negative value, so the parabola opens downward. So these two note, you remember student, that whenever parabola open upward, then the A is greater than 0, then that means that value of A is positive. And when parabola open downward, then it means that the value of A is negative, that is A is less than 0. So we also observe there are 3 following possibilities. So I just explain what are the possibilities here. So I told you that whenever parabola touches or intersect the x-axis at 2 points, then it means that it have two distinct zero. So suppose this is one of the graph of quadratic polynomial, and if this quadratic polynomial having the curve like a parabola, and it shows that it opens upward, and observe that suppose this is x-axis and y-axis, so observe that it touches at these 2 points on the x-axis. That means we have when polynomial, so the quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c is factorizable into two distinct linear factors, that means this parabola touches or intersect the x-axis at two distinct points. Suppose I give this point as A and another point is A dash. It also possible that this parabola may opens downward. So this tells us that whenever parabola touches downward or upward, it depends upon whether A is greater than 0 or A is less than 0. So this is the first case. Now case 2 is there. So case 2 is when polynomial is factorizable into two equal factors. So whenever your parabola intersect the x-axis or touches the x-axis at a single point. So in this graph, in both these graph, parabola intersect the x-axis at a single point. So we can say that a polynomial ax square plus bx plus c is factorizable into two equal factors. Why this is happen? Because it intersect and only at a single point on x-axis. So it is having quadratic, the parabola curve shows that this is a quadratic, this is a graph for quadratic polynomial, and second thing that it intersect the x-axis at a single point, so it means that it has two equal factors. So case 3 is there. In case 3, whenever suppose it will also happen that the parabola does not intersect the x-axis, it is either lies above the x-axis or it either lies below the x-axis, just like this. So that means, so case 3 tells us that when polynomial ax square plus bx plus c is not factorizable means factors are not real number, then it have a curve like this, because it doesn't touches or intersect the x-axis. That means polynomial is not factorizable, means its factors are not real numbers. So these are the three cases that can be derived from the geometric representation of the quadratic equation. So first case is that, just I am repeating. So first case tells that whenever polynomial or the curve intersect the x-axis at two distinct points, that means it has two distinct linear factors. Case 2 is that when parabola intersect the x-axis at a single point, it means it has two equal factors. And case 3 is that when polynomial is not factorizable, means its curve lies above the x-axis or below the x-axis, means the factors are non-real numbers. So this is all about geometric representation of quadratic polynomial. So the third is the graphical representation of graphical representation of cubic polynomial. So the basic concept we learn about that, whenever any curve touches or intersect the x-axis at a number of point, then that number represent the number of zeros of a given polynomial. So obviously in cubic polynomial, the graph intersect the x-axis at 3 points. That means it is having 3 zeros, and 3 zeros means it is a cubic polynomial. So for a cubic polynomial, your graph will be like this. Suppose it intersect the x-axis at 3 points. It is first point, it is second point, and it is third point. So this curve tells us that it is a cubic polynomial and it is having 3 zeros. So whenever you have a graph like this and it intersect x-axis at 3 distinct points, then it represents that this is a cubic polynomial and it is having 3 zeros, because this shape is not fixed. Just we have seen in case of quadratic and linear polynomial. In the case of linear polynomial, the graph is a straight line. In the case of quadratic polynomial, the graph is a parabola. But in the case of cubic polynomial, we have a shape like this. So this shape represents us that this is a graph of cubic polynomial. And if we observe the graph and trying to know about at how many points the graph touches the x-axis, so this will tell us that how many zeros are there in the graph. So also it is possible that in the first case we have 3 zeros. Now in this cubic polynomial, it is also possible that the graph is like this. The graph is just like this. Now this graph also tells us that this is a cubic polynomial. Actually this is a graph for y is equal to x cube, and it also tells that it is having a cubic polynomial, but since it only touches at the origin, so the polynomial has exactly 1 0 and it is equal to 0. And we learn in class 9 that 0 is also one of the 0 of polynomial. So since this graph only intersect the x-axis at origin, so this graph tells us about that the polynomial has only 1 0 and it is 0 is 0. So this 0 is the factor and this 0 is the value. So 0 can also be a 0 of polynomial, and in this case of y is equal to x cube, since although it is a cubic polynomial, but this graph intersect the x-axis at origin, so this tells us that it has only 1 0 and it is 0. So from this we can conclude that a cubic polynomial can at most have 3 zeros. So we can write down note here that cubic polynomial can have 1, 2 or at most 3 zeros. So it is also possible sometime that graph intersect the x-axis at only single point, just like this. This graph intersect the x-axis at only this point. Now look at this point. This point is your origin. That means although it is a cubic polynomial, but it is having only one zero and all the two zeros are zero here. Means this curve shows that it is having value of 0 for two zeros and other value is other than 0 for third zeros. So this conclusion we can draw from this, because one of the because this curve intersect at x-axis at origin, and only one point we observe here, that where this curve intersect the x-axis means it have one zero having value other than 0 and two zeros having value 0. So this is all about the graphical representation of cubic polynomial.